We're going to the side of Blackbird Studios. So this is the other side. It's so big, the studios. Huge chandelier. Oh my damn.
Yes.
God.
Inventor
This is kind of creepy.
the parametric EQ, recording
Imagine
engineer,
like you
teaches at
die
McGill
by
University
sticking
right now
on
in
these
Montreal,
sticks.
Canada. He's an American. He lived in LA for a long time. He designed this room. So the idea of this room was to be a room without walls. Okay. So what they did was they put up. You know how you'll have a 4x8 sheet of plywood. You've probably seen it at Home Depot, right? This is MDF, which is even denser than plywood. It's actually compressed sawdust. They compress it under pressure and they glue it all together, right? So it's very heavy. They took these square boards or rectangular boards and then cut into them a pattern where no two lengths of sticks that you see sticking out of the wall are the same length. There's no two that are the same length. There's 646 of those sticks, right?
Oh my
If you look at the sides, you can see how it was done, right? Look at the sides of the walls. It's actually a piece of wood, you know, that you would normally. This is what they play in Las Vegas at the Love Show, where every seat has a surround set up. Every seat has surround speakers.
Something was working in the dark. Under the moonlight, it's the stuff that almost stops your heart. You try to scream, but terror takes the sound before you make it.
Michael, little hot hat.
And you start to freeze as someone looks you right between you.
That's the center channel only, right? Okay, now I'm going to go to the sides only.
Cause this is the
Sides, left and
night, and no one's gonna save you from the big.
That's the rig. Oh, heavily delayed. And there's all kinds of crazy stuff. That's just the bottom.
Oh,
Right?
damn.
And then you put it all together, right? And you get this.
Crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy experience of listening to Thriller. It's amazing. That was like a mixing room. Yeah. So it's amazing. Anyway, take a look around. It's my best experience of listening to Thriller. Seriously. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Ernesto's the boss, not me. I'm just fine.
How's it going?
With a kitchen and a nice hang space, so it's part of the Blackbird vibe. Once again, you see the acoustic kind of thing happening where everything's broken up. The glass is angled again, and you know, it's just another option when you come to book a studio. You'll see this, and this is not our own idea. It's like studios all over the world do this, where they'll have like a giant room and then a smaller room for smaller things. So you could bring keys in here, you could bring a computer rig with virtual instruments, you could bring all kinds of, you know, you could do fairly sizable thing going on here. So. Cool. So this room has the same console as next door. It's a 9K, same size. This room is mostly occupied by a mixer named Justin Ebank. He produces a lot of great records and mixes some of the top records in country and pop. You know, he just had a couple mixes in the recent Taylor record and et cetera, et cetera. So he kind of lives here 11 months out of the year. So just breathe the air.
Yeah.
And you'll get so he's here all the time. And then when this room isn't booked by him, we'll bring the school over here. We mix in here and play around. And there's tie lines back to the lounge that we passed. So we just had a few weeks ago. Not only has EQCs you saw in Studio A, but if you look in front, it has 6 stubs. So it goes super low. So those are AT, you name it. Chris Lord Alge's been here, Ken Scott's been here, George Massenberger was here last week. All kinds of people just show up and talk to the students, you know, and then they sign our wall of fame. So, yeah. So,
going to the classroom. So, you'll see because Blackbird Studio offers like student internships and things like that. So, you can see that number and you can sneak into it. Or forever. Oh, this is so good. Oh, hi.
hi.
Oh, Blackbirds. Oh my god. Oh.
Do you think it's outside? Oh,
Hey. This is crazy. Crazy. It deserves a weird accent. Oh my god. Oh, that's a waste of a pig. Let's take one.
just one piece.
Oh my god.
So we have 30 stations with Apollos. Some of them are down on the ends because we're out for maintenance, but each student has access to the Mac Mini pasted underneath each tabletop. We're also networked to the instructor station, so there's an API 1608 here, and we can network audio to all the stations. So if we track, for instance, we'll put people in the ISO booth, which are right here. There's cameras in the ISOs too, by the way, so I can change this screen to be the ISO cam, so you can see what's going on in the ISO booth. We also have a pan zoom tilt in the back, so you can kind of see what's going on in this. And then we have in the center there, you can see there's a pan zoom tilt up here, so we can actually push this stuff to any of the screens. So right now it's on the patch bay, but we can bring it in on the console. I mean, the EQ would be this gigantic thing, right? So I can move stuff like that. We have mains and little monitors. Students actually book this room to do projects or side projects or whatever they have going on, because there's 2 really well isolated ISOs. This is concrete that's filled with iron. We've got let's see, Kyle Lenning, Jeff Balding, David Hall. We have, let's see, there's Dave Pensato is around here somewhere. Oh, Dave Pensato's right here. Nick Razalenix right here, famous dude from Sound City. Says pay attention. Who else? They're kind of all over the place. Some of them got rubbed off. Steven Slate, yeah, he's been here. In fact, Blackbird drums came out of this whole relationship with Steven Slate. He just released a package of, we have over 150 drum kits. So we have a bunch of drum kits that, you know, are in a room upstairs. So if a drummer comes in and says, man, I need another snare drum, we have 150 snares, I should say. We have about 40 to 50 drum kits. You're going to end up, give that idea up. Because when I started, I want to be a guitar player, right? And I did all the Levitt books from Berkeley and all that kind of stuff. And I went to LA and I quickly realized that, you know, I was never going to be the kind of player like a Michael Landau or Steve Lukather, all the guys I really dug, you know. So, and I ended up being an audio engineer. And then I ended up being a teacher and a journalist and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, I would have never guessed in a million years when I was 16 where I was going to be. So he said, you know, I said, you made that choice, and you know, it's going to benefit you no matter where you end up, right? Yeah. So the next day he says, man, you gave that great speech, and I just found out he had quit his job and moved from Montana, sold the stock that his company had. He was in a tech company, and he says, I quit my job. I thought it was, you know, I was scared. I was like the stupidest thing I ever did, and I just found out today that my company went out of business, and all my stock would have been worth $0 had I not moved. So I mean, it's just, you know, it's just a great thing. So anyway, so we get all kinds of age ranges. Yeah. So people.
Sorry, I'm so like, oh, Blackbird parking only, and I'm here. What you gonna do? Okay. People probably think I'm crazy. So again, Nashville, everybody. That's a wrap.